In fewer than 24 hours, former President Trump will appear in the federal courthouse in Washington on charges that he tried to overturn the 2020 election. He's accused of conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstructing an official proceeding, and violating the civil rights of voters. Tarek Miner's following this historic case and joins us now with what's expected in court tomorrow. And Tarek, what effect this third indictment could have on Mr. Trump's presidential campaign?
We know the former president was given the option to make his court appearance tomorrow virtually, but instead he opted to appear in Washington in person. All indications point to Trump entering a not guilty plea. He and his lawyers speaking today saying that the indictments are all purely political and violate the former president's freedom of speech.
We're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue and we're going to the Capitol. We're going to try and give them the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country.
Facing allegations that he betrayed his constitutional duties and orchestrated the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol, former President Trump is facing more felony counts after being indicted twice already in two separate investigations. Trump lashed out on social media this morning, saying the indictment has awoken the world to the corruption scandal and failure that has taken place in the U.S. for the past 3 years, writing, "Why didn't they bring this ridiculous case 2.5 years ago? They wanted it right in the middle of my campaign. That's why. Prosecutorial misconduct." The indictment alleges Trump organized fake slates of electors in states that he lost while fueling claims of election fraud in person and online. They say Trump tried to pressure Vice President Mike Pence into altering the election results and used his power to influence the Department of Justice leading up to January 6th. Prosecutors say Trump knew the election wasn't rigged but misled Americans anyway.
It was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant, targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government.
The charging document also lists 6 co-conspirators who have not been officially charged, but identified by national media as Trump associates, including lawyer Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Sidney Powell, Jeffrey Clark, and Kenneth Chesebro. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith says his office will pursue a speedy trial, suggesting he wants the case before a judge within the next few months. Trump's lawyers, however, are anticipating the trial itself could last 9 months to a year.
Our defense is going to be focusing on the fact that what we have now is an administration that has criminalized the free speech and advocacy of a prior administration during the time that there is a political election going on. That's unprecedented. We've never seen that in the United States, in the history of the United States.
You got this!
Trump, who has previously been indicted for falsifying business records and mishandling classified documents, is also the target of a Georgia prosecutor's case alleging his efforts to pressure state election officials there in the Peach State. It remains unclear how Trump's legal cases will impact the first GOP debate, the Iowa caucuses, Super Tuesday, and the Republican convention. Joy?
Tarek, thank you. Now, cameras are not allowed in federal court, but tomorrow we will be streaming live coverage of the moments before and after the hearing, along with any news conferences. That's on news4jax.com and News4Jax Plus.